Yeah, I think it's going with where they have is kind of expected, to be fair. More maybe of a map that JiJieHao don't play as much. But anyway, let's see. We're underway on Dust 2. Not in the corner. One of the most explosive players on this team. Looking to multi-kill. Only the one, though. The rotations weren't too close.
Yeah, we've run out of Sweet Rice, unfortunately. Otherwise, that would have been a full-on ace. If you haven't checked that one out, make sure you head over to the Twitter account of StarLadder and check it out. That was a nasty play coming out of Aristos. But the retake is coming in. They've got no kit, just the one flash. So it won't be an easy one. At least you've got a little bit more depth coming in from TMB, courtesy of his whereabouts in towards the tunnels.
Zera having a look. He knows there's a car player. They're going to try and force the issue now. When there's a crossfire, it's so hard to get by. Christy's doing a good job, though. Unfortunately, out of bullets with that P2K, and he'll be spammed down. Asamas and Issa will hold on. And that is the way that JiJieHao will want to begin.
What a surprise. Guns for $1 yet again. Not tired? Stop wasting time and money on junk. With Hellcase, your inventory will turn into a fairy tale. Be smart like the terrorist.
I think so, yeah. I think you're right.
And, yeah, very nice pick
Fiku.
from Mini as well toward Nut. That is the first gun round pick for JiJieHao. That is a lovely way to go about it. Yeah, this has got all the world of experience to play at this level. And of course, seeing them on boot camp as well, like Neo mentioned, at the foot facilities.
Actually, it was
that
Sorry.
gives them a great chance.
Yeah. At least you're boot camping here, right? You can't be playing with the 100 pink in an event like this one.
Of course.
Something that I'm pretty sure they're all used to, but still. Especially in Counter-Strike 2, difference is a little bit bigger. Crystal on the big green, already opening things up for himself. It's a 4v4.
But for a retake, you have one incendiary on Analele left. And responding with just that is going to be a bit difficult.
Ooh.
Kamal will remove it as well. And that will force Zera to fall back away. They now know the save is an absolute necessity. Kamal should go down to TMB, but
Wow.
no. That is that face it ability we all know and love.
Also, I think that's the fact that Devilwalk did say it's going to be a 2-0 for ECSTATIC. I'm sorry.
I mean, factually correct. Kamal's out mid. Going to be leaping his way toward a bit of a B split coming in here. Mini. He's going to be able to get two. He's caught TMB and Christo. This is a great start to the game.
They
for
might want to pull the
JiJieHao.
plug. Yeah,
And
go A.
I mean, yeah, you just killed everyone on the other side of the map. You may as well go nowhere near B at all. Maybe you can just wait for the aggression, and Alele feels like he has to go through that smoke. Not only gets one, it eventually removes Mini, who had an insane round. Had a chance to win that 1BO3 and make it to a Chinese LAN for CAC. They were ahead on training against Fnatic, I think 12-10, but lost it 16-13, lost D2 13-10 as well. Be able to beat them 2-0, and Spirit Academy's new team, all the same core, but new two players, 2-0 as well, is a good sign. And they're showing some great work here on Dust 2. Samus will deal with TMB, Issa, entry Christo as well. They need a response, and ECSTATIC will get it. And the Lelia Nut are still here. They've stacked over toward A, and that is a surprise to JiJieHao. But Bibu does not want to let up. It has to be Analele to win a clutch, but there's another one coming from short. Short upon short. And I think that is, as you rightly say, one of the main factors of ECSTATIC. You could argue, if you were to be really harsh, that maybe Christo is a slight negative to the team. He can be a little bit underperforming sometimes, but I think he fits in the system very, very well, and that's what really matters for ECSTATIC.
What I emphasize, the way I describe it is, rather, there's particular maps on which he's needed to win. I wouldn't say that he's being a liability to the team. I'd say, for example, on Dust 2, ECSTATIC is highly dependable on him overperforming a little bit. And that's been a trend over the last couple of months. Obviously, it's a little bit more difficult for guys like, I don't know, Nutno to step it up being the B player. And Alele will try and be the difference maker, though unfortunately, there's just too many targets on the screen.
Come on, Christo. Time to prove me wrong and prove why you're needed on Dust 2. Prove Ted right. Nade to cross, actually not having a smoke available for it, and Christo knows he's got an opportunity there. It was the right time to go for that pick, but now he's pincered. He knows that Mini has dropped in to deal with Nut's rotation. He's forced to go aggressive, and he will miss his shot. Issa takes him out. This is 8-0 and already out of hand for ECSTATIC.
Let's see if they're going to be able to hold on. There's no quick rotations as of right now. TMB is slowly starting to make his way in towards CT, but he could be a little bit too late to the party.
Oh, they're both checking. No, they're both checking window. And then maneuvering around the B site just at the worst possible time. Are they going to be ready for this? The good recovery from Analele to reposition and get his kill, but they only go 1 for 1 each. And that might not be enough with 3 CTs trying to rotate, stuck in CT spawn. Beautiful pick from Mini. How confident has he been?
If you say you did, you're either from the Middle East or you're lying.
Yeah, it's a factual statement. I've seen him play there before, but it hasn't been for a while that I've watched him. He's looking very, very good today. As I said, it's all a Dust 2 for a JiJieHao, putting all their hopes on this map, really. They've got to take it, and right now they're just 3 rounds away from taking it, and we're not even in the second half yet. Oh my word. Every single move he's making is going right for him. Everything he touches turns to gold. The right timings. The right look up to the sides. Brother. Not the first 3K he's got on this map so far. And in one that's an important round as well. Actual gun round. Not trying to hold on. Pyjamas will go down, but he's getting rounded on by the CT push. Not a position you'll be expecting at all. There we go. Kamal's creeping up. And there's the catch. What a brilliant pick. And Mini will even phase the CT smoke to deal with TMB. Unbelievable half of Counter-Strike from Mini and JiJieHao. This is how he started the entire gun round streak for JiJieHao. Got this pick on this angle right here. It won them that first round on the guns, and it's going to win them the final round of the half as well. BetBoom will entry with 2, and ECSTATIC have found absolutely nothing from their CT side. It's a big whiff from Kamal, but we can forgive him because Pyjamas is there to help out. He'll tap down Christo as well. 12-0 for JiJieHao.
Yeah, it is a little bit scandalous. Even if you end up winning the series towards the end. Let's see. Will the 13-0 dream stay alive? Mini says yes, opening things up. It really is happening, Travis. ECSTATIC are about not to win a single round of action on Dust 2 against JiJieHao, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Oh my goodness.
Just stare at the banner of their own misery.
I'm not casting many 13-0s in my life. But you know what? We could have one here. And a Lele tag down to 5. I think I only remember 1 in CS2. I've done a couple in CSGO when there were 16-0s, of course. But this one is going to be an absolute sweep. Unless Sira has something to say about it, he won't be allowed to do anything. It's happened. 13-0 for JiJieHao on Dust 2. And they're rightly loving it. Let's see what they can do on Nuke. I'm expecting a lot of a different map here.
All right. I think it could get worse. Imagine they get a 12-0 lead and then it goes into overtime and they can't close it and lose an OT. That would be worse. But yeah, in all seriousness, ECSTATIC really need their first round of the game right here, right now. And apparently they won't get it.
Oh my God.
Just shut down TMB and it's a clean one. Crystal's reaction says it all. At least I'm getting a bomb plan out of this. Yeah, this round is over. We could already be looking at some of the JiJieHao players. And yeah, they have killed Crystal and they're already on the defuse, Trav. We are keeping it up with exactly where we left off on Dust 2.
Play your own game and make the same calls. Don't get nervous or hesitant and change the way you wanted to play to begin with.
There goes one. There's only 45 seconds left, so they will have to commit to something eventually. Thing is, even if you want to cross outside, you've got no utility, so this could be a tricky one. Looking like a potential walk-in towards Mini. And
if they do go into a Mini, Pyjamas has got the right idea. Flash it in, long-range spray, TMB will go down. At least Nut's there to trade. Issa in the vent though. Say in the vent. Next to the vent. And Nut will entry BetBoom. Here we go. A chance to make something happen here, but it will be overlooking Issa. And there's a bit of a jiggle peek going on to activate Mini. The NLA will take him down, and that hesitancy has caught them off guard. Kamal can still win this clutch, though. Woo! Oh, he had it. He had it in the palm of his hand. But Nut gets ECSTATIC off the ground in this entire BO3 for himself. Pretty manic situation going in toward A like they were. Not hitting some critical entry kills and critical trade kills as well. I understand what Issa was doing to try and waste time near the vent to allow Mini to come and help from heaven. But it wasn't really well timed between them. One thing that is well timed is Mini's opening attempts in this entire BO3. I mean, I was like, bro hasn't missed one. Trade kills as well. I understand what Issa was doing to try and waste time near the vent to allow Mini to come and help from heaven. But it wasn't really well timed between them.
You've got one smoke and a handful of flashes to try and cross outside once again, and again it could be the cross in towards that A-bomb side, but this time JiJieHao look a lot more prepared for it in comparison to last time.
They do, especially with 2 rotators in toward heaven, and that's going to cause ECSTATIC to make a different play. Are we going hell to heaven with 18 seconds on the clock? We're swapping utility between each other. Look at the clock, boys. They can't win this. They're running with knife out. Bombs on the floor, 9 seconds. There are still 2 CTs on site. There we go. Baited in. 4, 3, 2 and 1. And the clock doesn't even expire because JiJieHao have killed everyone.
Over 6 rounds of action. Pyjamas himself has got 7. And the most worry part is the fact that Nutnud and Alele have 8 of them. Issa with another opening kill in towards outside. Christo going down, and Sierra maybe has been able to catch a bit of a time. Mango Samus is ready. There goes the kill. East is nearby as well, though.
Need to retain confidence somehow when you're getting beat 18-1. There we go, TMB. That's an important shot to hit. It's those sort of kills. It should get fouled. TMB, be careful. That bomb needs to go down. Needs to go down. There we go. TMB manages to go 1 for 1 as well, which is pretty good considering. And Syrah will drop down the vent to catch BBoo's rotation. That's a critical find for him.
This one feels like it's too easy. Feels like it's too inviting here from JiJieHao. It's a good readjustment coming out of ECSTATIC.
Samus will be able to find TMB to smoke, I believe. Yeah, there we go. See it on the map right now. And he'll be able to stay alive toward the back of the site. BBoo's going unchecked in Mini. And Christo will go down. Suddenly 5v3. They're going to be swarmed, surrounded, and Alele doesn't know which way to look. And Syrah needs to find 2 more kills, and they're both behind the A-bomb site. Almost impossible to get both of these. Utility's going to try and force him into the open, and it will. But Issa, it gave him time to rotate. 8 seconds on the clock to pick up the bomb and plant it. He's going to have to go for effect to try and get the kill. He will, but there's no time to plant that bomb. And Mini realizes, hides in Squeaky, and via timeout, JiJieHao needs to be wary of Asama still creeping around Garage, looking for these kills. Issa's managed to, wallbang down Alele on the corner. Christo does well to find that frag. That is that lurk around Garage I was talking about that might just get some frags, but Mini will deal with TMB kind of for free, gifted that angle. Let's have a look. And Christo wants to respond, but he's moved off that box, says Mini.
Wow.
Christo will drop straight into BBoo. They now know where Nutnut is. And that duel is a little bit rough, and it allows Mini to trade it and get into position to do so as well. Guaranteed a lead on the half, are JiJieHao.
Of Mini as well.
Oh, here we go. XM. Not this time. And Nade might finish off the kill towards TMB, but no, he does chip damage. It's going to need to be Issa instead, and he just gets 2 on the spray down. Looking for more, able to hold the line, and Alele will drop. Gifted another kill. What is that? Issa! Come on now! The jiggle tap!
Yeah.
Run boost for Syrah. Try and get a fast play outside. Mini is being boosted up. Does Syrah guess it? He's giving it a look. Sees a barrel. And it's a great catch. Looking for both, but not able to connect it. It's a good way to get an opening pick. 4 on T might still be enough for ECSTATIC. They have to remind themselves of that.
They really have to. But this is a must-win round. You need to make it work. And Alele's already gotten himself out of the door, and especially with the spam through the smoke, they might not be ready for this timing here.
Alele will finish off Issa. No heroics on this round for the most storied player for the team. He's still a top fragger for them. They're dropping down 4 toward ramp, and BBoo has already found Alele. That is a recovery kill. That will try and get the bomb planted. Kamal might try and deny, but it's in the smoke, and If he swung any wider, he probably would have been fragged. Might not matter. He just doesn't give a damn. Wide swing towards Syrah. Flashes being pelted his way. They're going to try and clear him. And in the end, Christo just takes matters into his own hands and goes for the full W key with the MAC-10. Upgrades to the Galil. Samus knows exactly where he is. But I think there's, now that all the util's been used on ECSTATIC, will that give JiJieHao a look to recover this final round of the half? They now know where multiple of these players are. Good trade from Nut though.
Time.
The Deagle will get that one, and time is a serious issue. I think it's already ticked too far. And Nut will hit the Deeg to at least get ECSTATIC 4 rounds. It could be enough. Here we go. Nut, what can you do? Oh, my word. He's no Arasdos. Apparently, Kamau is going to run down Christo, and Alele given no shot whatsoever. And this is the issue, right? This is JiJieHao on T side now. They can dictate the pace. They can go for what they want to go for. And Bibu will also stop Syrah's rotation. Unstoppable.
What have those guys been doing the last couple of days? I think 24/7 deathmatch. Look at the way that they're getting the shots. It's so instant. Every single one of them. No chance. You go for a peek. Bang. Headshot. You try and hold an angle. Bang. Headshot. You try and help a teammate. Guess what? Bang. Another headshot. They're not giving him a chance right now. In a lot of those fights, you can't even be critical of ECSTATIC. They're not allowed to shoot a bullet.
I think if ECSTATIC do go on to lose this game 2-0, I know it's all like benefit of hindsight and we're all experts after the event is concluded, but I'll probably look at the veto and say, maybe we really should have gone elsewhere. They had options, definitely had options, maybe options that JiJieHao haven't really proven themselves on as much so lately. Good nade damage at least. Nut will be able to take Issa, and the Deeg finds a Samus. Okay.
Scouts watching. First shot misses up the ladder, and the headshot will connect. Bibu, there's no way you're making this one work, buddy. You can't do that. It's not allowed.
Dooley's on the ladder while flying up. Be mollied off. Oh, he won't be. It's exploded on the ladder exit. Surely he's not going to get away with this. 2 players in good positions, and he won't be allowed to drop down. And then he will put a stop to it. In literally a must-win, forced by win for ECSTATIC.
Crystal's been having a bit of a tough day here on Nuke. 2 kills. You had to see him on a big green. Oh, maybe this is where he changes things up for himself. My God. What does he need to do, man? What's the wrong? I want someone to look at that play, analyze it, and tell me, did Crystal do anything wrong to deserve this?
Now he's the one, 2 and 14. It's just so annoying, isn't it? Okay, now that's recovering it. It's 2 kills. Mini's going to be able to trade. But it's still a 3v3. The Deagles are going to be scary. Evidently.
Already out. Oh my God. It's happening. It really is.
Bro. I mean, they're going to give it a look by the looks of things. At least try and find one player overextending. TMB knows the possibility of a CT vent player, and there's the kill. But Kamau's found Alele anyway. That's the main threat. TMB's still pushing for it, but he's been tagged through a hot wall. And yeah, he's going to have to tap the bomb. Trying to force them to die to the bomb explosion. But I don't even think that's going to happen.
And there's been 15 rounds played. Crystal's died in 14 of them, I just noticed.
He's got a kill, though.
Nice.
Bomb will go down thanks to Mini on A. And TMB has got this lurk with teammate support. Samus with the elevated angle, getting tagged up, but it's a great headshot. Spots the vent push from TMB and will actually go 1-for-1 on that one, will TMB. But Samus might have to do it all. He's managed to find Alele on the trade. And Nut, 5 HP. Maybe doing it all is actually the easy part for Samus. Maybe the first 2 kills was the difficult factor of this clutch. And there we go. He will connect. And it's another conversion for JiJieHao. 11-5. It fits them perfectly. We can see why. They all hit their
a bit
entries.
low.
Mini had like multiple multi-frag rounds. Looked brilliant. Need to be a little bit careful here. They're overlooking the style that works for them, especially on D2. It fits them perfectly. We can see why. They all hit their entries. Mini had like multiple multi-frag rounds. Looked brilliant. Need to be a little bit careful here. They're overlooking
really
some
low.
obvious positions, and it's
God.
pretty much a full eco that's being a threat here. JiJieHao need to take a deep breath. I know this is supposed to be the easy round, but it can get out of hand. Mini's going to fall down here, you would think, but no. Spins back around. Should get 2, does get 2. They're on tenterhooks right now. They're spinning on a top. And Alele is last alive. Do they know where he's got to? It's still vaguely winnable. It's a good recovery from BetBoom and Mini, and they've spotted him out. That was dangerous, but they figured it out.
I mean, that's a 2v5. That's the closest that ECSTATIC have been to picking up a round in a long time. Thankfully, BetBoom and Mini are there for the rescue.
And it's not going to be ECSTATIC. Thankfully for ECSTATIC's sake, they do have that elimination match still to play. They will be alive in the tournament still. They're not straight off eliminated. But Nut's going to go straight down on ramp. Mini will entry him. He's had an unbelievable series. He's 16-6, by the way. Keep an eye on what his end game rating will be over the 2 maps. Might be one of the best of his career.
Might be the best of his career if this one keeps going that way. And Alele does try to respond back with a nice pickup, but are they ready? Mini's ready. He's so ready. He's so locked in right now. There's 17 kills. And Sierra might have to be the hero. Picks up 1, but it's just him and Crystal left, and Beebo's already up heaven. Down goes Crystal, down goes Sierra, and JiJieHao introduced themselves to the world of European Counter-Strike.
What a surprise. Guns for $1 yet again. Not tired? Stop wasting time and money on junk. With Hellcase, your inventory will turn into a fairy tale. Be smart like the terrorist.